Alright, welcome back to a new video, and this one's going to be a little different because we're not just going to talk about the main event this time. We're going to talk about the whole pay-per-view card of Paul versus Silva. For the fact is, this one's really weird. If you guys don't know who it is, let me give you a rundown. There's 5 fights in the pay-per-view card, right? Out of those 5 fights, 3 of them involve MMA fighters, and 2 of them involve MMA fighters fighting influencers. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting because hold on, let's go through the card real quick and let me tell you who's fighting who. So to start off, the card is gonna be Chris Avila versus the influencer Dr. Mike. That's right, Dr. Mike. Yeah, that dude. Like he had a fight with iDubbbz and Creator Clash, but he's fighting in an opener for a pay-per-view event. That's something, man. All right, and the next one is Hall versus Bell. That's right, the dude that knocked out the other football player in the Social Gloves event. That's right, they're fighting each other. So that's another MMA fighter versus a football player, right? The next one is the first professional fighters that are going to fight on the card, and that's going to be Alexandro Santiago versus Antonio Nieves with a record of 26-3. And Nieva with a record of 20-3. They're going to be fighting each other. And the next one, the co-main event, is going to be Ashton Silva. I don't know his name. I'm just H2O, right? H2O. And Braulio Rodriguez. That's going to be the next professional fighters. And, of course, the main event, Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. It is weird, man, because what's weird isn't the fact that Bell is fighting again. I mean, that is pretty weird. I don't know how the hell he's fighting on a pay-per-view event. But the weirdest one is Dr. Mike. What is he doing there? I get it. His opponent is like 2-1. But still, what the hell? This man crazy. If he wins his fight, that dude has to be on the pound-for-pound influencer ranking list. That dude has to fight like Slim or something because that dude crazy, man. So, let's go by order. Like I said, the opener is Villa versus Dr. Mike. Who do I got for that? You're going to call me crazy, but not really. It's going to be I think Dr. Mike can take it. I think he's good enough to take on the fight. He has been training in boxing as a young age, obviously not professionally or like, more casually training. But the thing is, he got experience, right? He's strong. He has some good skills. I've seen his little workout he posts on his social media. He's pretty good for an influencer, obviously. And he's going to fight a 2-1 MMA fighter. That's, I'm going to have to put my money on Dr. Mike. Actually, no. The fighter isn't 2-1. He's 1-1. Yeah, Dr. Mike has more of a chance. That's right. Dr. Mike. I got via what? I think he gets decision. I don't think he knocks him out. He couldn't knock out iDubbbz. He's not going to knock out Avila. But I do got Dr. Mike as the winner of the first fight. Really weird that I said that, but hey, man, I'm gonna keep my promise, man. When Dr. Mike wins, y'all gotta put Dr. Mike in the comments or something. And the next fight is Hall versus Bell. Who do I think is gonna win that one? That is a very good question because Bell is another UFC fighter. He's classified as a UFC striker, but we have seen strikers lose to influencers, so let's not say that's some good achievement, all right? And he's going up against Bell, the NFL, running back, which knocked out his last opponent with a really good punch, and I mean a really good one. So, he got some tiny little skill, you know what I'm saying? Who do I got? I'm going to have to go with Hall, all right? I'm going to go with Hall. I get it, he's an MMA fighter, but the thing is, Bell, he has strength, don't get me wrong, he has strength, but I think Hall would beat up Bell with like a split decision, all right? It's easy split decision, right? But, let me tell you this. I would not be surprised if Bell lands a humongous shot and knocks out Hall. I would not be surprised. If that happens, I'm going to be excited. But the safer bet is going to be Hall. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Bell manages to pull off a victory. So that's my second prediction, all right? Let's see how many we go, all right? Let's hope I get all of them correct. Next fight is Santiago versus Nieves, which I think is a pretty easy bet. One's 26-3, and the other one's 20-3. I'm gonna have to go with Santiago. I think he pulled off the victory. Knockout? I don't think we're gonna see a knockout in this fight. Actually, I think Santiago wins via decision, and that is my third prediction. I don't know these people. I don't know their fights. But just looking at their records, I just have to go with Santiago via decision. I think it's going to be a good fight, but I got Santiago. All right? That's the next prediction. The next one is the co-main event, and that is H2O versus Rodriguez. Very interesting fight because, what is it? H2O is 8 and 0, 8 knockouts. And Rodriguez has fought Ryan Garcia before, like a while back. But he did get stopped, though. And the thing is, they say that he hasn't fought in a while. So, although he has had really good professional experience and fought an elite fighter, I think H2O manages to take advantage of Rodriguez's inactivity. And I think he gets his 9th knockout because, let's be real, I don't think he's going to survive. But hey, man, like Rodriguez said, he says it's either going to be me or him that's going to hit the canvas. I think it's going to be Rodriguez. I think H2O is going to win via knockout. I think I'm pretty good. I'm feeling good with these predictions. And obviously, the main event, the one everyone's been waiting for, Paul versus Anderson Silva. You know, you got Jake Paul with a record of, God, I don't even know his own record, but his record is, I think, 5-0, 4 knockouts. And Anderson Silva is sitting at a cool record of 2 wins and 1 loss, which isn't a lot, but one of his, all right, I'm getting some weird things. He says he has 3 wins and 1 loss, but you get the point, right? And one of his wins is the former world champion Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., where he beat him, which is a really good achievement. Don't get me wrong, it's a former champion, but we all know Jr. was far past his prime after that, mentally and I would assume physically too. Dude's nowhere near what he was when he was a champion. Still a good win though, still a good win. But the one and only problem is my boy pushing 50, man. My boy pushing 50. I get it. He beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. when he was like, what, 43, 45 or something? Old, right? But I think at that point, I think age really does catch up to him now. I think he's going to get hit with a big, humongous shot and get knocked out with 1 punch. Because look at all these old boxers. Just hit them on the side of the head and they just collapse. Not like dead, obviously. We don't want no one to die in the ring, but you get the point. And the only fight he did lose was his debut. So, you know, he's a really good thing. But I do think Jake Paul takes it. He's younger. He's getting his fundamentals down. He's getting better. I think he takes out... Oh, wait. Let's go more concise, right? How much rounds is this? I don't know, man. I don't even know. I think Silva wins the early rounds, obviously. He's a really good fighter. But I think the later rounds, his stamina is going to get to him, and he's going to lose via knockout. But, like, I get it. He's 40-something, right? He's old as hell. But he's still a really, really good boxer for Jake Paul to fight. So even though he is old, if he were to win against him, it would be a very good win. So who do I got? I got Jake Paul, knockout. As much as no one wants to see Silva get knocked out, I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to get knocked out in the fight. He's going to win a few rounds. People are going to think, oh, Jake Paul's going to lose. And then he's going to get hit with something big and just get knocked out. Kind of sucks. But I think Silva will have to go down next week. People aren't going to like it. People are going to hate on him. People are going to hate on Jake Paul no matter what. If he loses, if he wins, if he does whatever. But I think Jake Paul takes this via KO. And yeah. So a quick rundown of my predictions, right? Because I need to hold myself accountable if I get all of these wrong or none of these wrong, right? I'm going to have to cheer or be mad, obviously. So let's run down again. We got Avila versus Dr.Mike. I got Dr. Mike via decision. Hall versus Bell. I got Hall via decision. Also, would not be surprised if Bell gets a knockout. But, hey, my pick is Hall, all right? Santiago versus Nieves. I pick Santiago via decision. H2O versus Rodriguez. I got H2O via knockout. Paul versus Silva. I got Paul via knockout. That's my predictions. Hold me accountable if I get more than half of them wrong, which means if I get 3 wrong, you guys can, say whatever the hell you want about me. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next video coming up will be a very good video, and that is going to be the Estrada Chocolatito trilogy fight, which I will pretty much say who I think would win. And no, I am not going to go through that card because that has actual professional fighters with, you know, good skills, right? I can't. That's a little too much research for me, man. I like keeping it, low, right? But anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.